Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Courtney with Southern Owls. I'm so thankful that you are here today. We're going to be designing on a 21-inch paint stick. We're going to be doing a fall design. I'm super excited. We're going to be using this really cute owl from the Dollar Tree last year. I don't know if they got these in again. And then a cute pumpkin from Hobby Lobby. We're going to be using a assortment of ribbon, some really cool fall leaves. These are from Creek Road. Go check them out. Love them. And then we are going to be using mesh. So this is mesh, deco mesh. And we're going to be using 10-inch deco mesh today. Two different colors, both cut at 20 inches. And we're going to need 10 pieces of deco mesh. So I did 5 of these and 5 of these. And both of these mesh you can snag at Creek Road also. I will tag all of the links to everything in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get started on our design. We're going to take that 21-inch paint stick that you can buy at Home Depot's, Lowe's, Walmart, wherever sells paint. You're going to need 5 pipe cleaners. You're going to find the middle of the paint stick, 21 inches. So divide that in half and put your first pipe cleaner down and give it a few good twists. And then you're going to go about 3.5 inches down. Put your next pipe cleaner on, and you want to make sure that your pipe cleaners are even. So you want to go to the middle of that pipe cleaner and wrap it around your paint stick. And we're going to do the same thing, moving up forward. So 1 in the middle, 2 up top, and then 2 on the bottom. And then just give them a few good twists. I always like to add a little bit of hot glue right into the middle of those pipe cleaners just to make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. So today I'm using my Roby hot glue gun. I love this glue gun, but y'all, it gets hot. So just be careful. I don't know if y'all can see the steam coming up, but if you do purchase this bad boy, know it's industrial. No, it's going to be hot. So here is what that looks like today. And we are going to let this dry, and we're going to make our bow real quick. So these are the ribbon choices I picked out. We're going to have 2 2.5-inch ribbons and 2 1.5-inch ribbons. So I always kind of like to use my scraps, like what I have left over for my paint sticks, because I'm like, well, I don't want to throw that away. It's just enough for a paint stick swag, right? So let's start off with the green. We're going to do a cute little bow. And I always make hand bows, but if you feel more comfortable using your bow maker, you can do that as well. No worries. I'm just noticing you can see. Hold on. Let me go turn off my laptop. You can totally see that in the background. Hold on. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we're going to do a 6-inch tail, and we're going to do 5-inch loops. So 6-inch tail and 5-inch loops today. We're going to start off with this really fun canvas green 2.5-inch ribbon. And then we are going to go in with our pumpkins, and we're going to do that same measurements. 6-inch tail and 2 5-inch loops. Measure and pinch. Sometimes the ribbon needs a little extra help, which is totally fine. I will link the ribbons as well. Like, I know this one's from Creek Road because they leave their really cool stickers on them. I'll try to find the other ones as well. We're going to come in with this diamond plaid tan. I love this. We're going to do another little 6-inch tail and lay that right in. And then I'm going to shrink the loops down to 4.5 inches. Just so we can see all of the ribbon behind each other, so it's not like a really big bulky bow. I'm going to come in with I love this tricolor. This is also from Creek Road. I will tag all of the supplies in the description. We're going to do 6-inch tails, 4.5-inch loops for this one, and then we're going to do that center loop right in the middle, and then another 6-inch tail. And then I'm going to grab a cable tie and just thread that right through where I'm holding everything. Get it going, and then we're going to slide that pipe cleaner halfway through and then get our cable tie nice and tight. I always like to use my nippers and just cut off that extra little cable tie and throw it in my garbage. And then we're going to twist the pipe cleaner around that cable tie. Okay, so now we're going to set our bow down, kind of fluff it out just a little bit. Make sure all of the loops are looking fabulous and the tails. Kind of pull these around. I always kind of make sure that like they're all opposite of each other, like a cross. Okay, so now we're going to go around, and where all of these little 6-inch tails are, I'm going to fold them in half and then cut up at an angle. This is called dovetailing. So it just makes your ribbon tails look nice and complete and finished. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hopefully everyone, if you're just watching this right when I drop it, it is Tuesday, so you're having a great evening. You're watching me later, whatever day it is. Thanks for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of my outlets. Okay, so now we have beautiful bow ready for our swag. Ooh, I love that bow. So pretty. So pretty. All right, I'm going to put that off to the side and clean up my mess a little bit. And now we're going to add in that mesh because our glue is dry, so we don't have to worry about burning ourselves. And I'm going to start off with this brown mesh. And what I'm going to do is start ruffling my mesh on. So the mesh kind of like naturally rolls in on itself. So I'm going to flip it out on my table, tuck it under about 1 inch or 2, find the middle, give it a pinch, walk my fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle as best as I can, making sure that the other side is also tucked under about 1 inch or 2. And that is a ruffle. I'm going to go to the bottom, the base, and lay that mesh right down into that pipe cleaner and twist it on nice and tight. And as you can see, I went up and down with it. I'm just gonna kind of marry it together a little bit, make sure that it's making a nice full circle for coverage. I'm then gonna get my next pipe cleaner ready and my next thing of mesh. We're gonna do the same exact method, just flip that mesh out on your table, tuck it under about 1 inch or 2, find the middle of your mesh, walk your fingers over to the other side, making sure that is tucked under about 1 inch or 2 as well. And then I'm going to go right on top to that next pipe cleaner, lay that mesh in on the opposite direction. So the first one I did up and down, and now this one I'm going to go side to side. And we're just going to keep on continuing with that same exact pattern, doing that same exact ruffle method all throughout the paint stick. So this one's going to go right in the middle, and it's going to go up and down. And just twist that right on there, like so. And then I like to kind of move my mesh around like so, like that. We're going to get the next mesh. Oh, this one, we're doing every other color for the base. This one's going to go side to side. Just lay it right down into that pipe cleaner. Twist it in. Twist, twist, twist. Now we have one more, and this is going to be the first layer of mesh. And then we're going to go back around. We're going to do the same exact thing. So now you're a pro because you've done one full layer, right? You are a pro. Twist that in. Make sure those pipe cleaners are nice and tight because you don't want that mesh slipping out later. And I'm just tucking the brown mesh underneath this fun striped mesh. Okay. First layer. Second layer. Let's go. So we're going to start with the opposite color and we're going to lay it on opposite direction. So same thing, same ruffles, same method. Now we're going to go down back to the bottom, and lay it on side to side. Right into those same pipe cleaners. Give it a few good twists, and I'm just going to kind of fluff out my mesh. Opposite color. We're going to go in with the brown. Same ruffle pattern. And then we're going to put this right down on top of that second section. On top of the fun stripes. Just like that. I'm going to skip the middle. And I'm going to lay down both pieces of brown first. And then I'm going to put the stripe on top. Because I want the stripe to be the main event and the brown to be the accent. So this is going to go on in the middle. And so it's just going to be less moving around the mesh. So these will go in that middle pipe cleaner. Like so. And the brown's going to be tucked underneath because I want the stripes to be the main event. I'm going to do that down here too. Because I love this striped mesh. I just wanted to add the dark mesh in for some depth, right? Same thing. And that's going to go right up at the top. Opposite color, opposite directions. And now our mesh is meshing. So now we have a pretty awesome base. It's really nice and thick. It's hiding this paint stick. So we've already made our bow. So I determined the top is where this bottlenecks, right? So I'm going to cut off these pipe cleaners up at the top. Smush that down. And then I'm going to put in my beautiful bow. We're just going to thread those pipe cleaners right through the mesh at the very top. And then I'm going to I always like to use the pipe cleaners that were previously on our 21-inch paint stick. And we're going to go up, through. Ooh, that gave me the heebie-jeebies. And then down. And then tighten it. And then twist. So I just act as that little pipe cleaner is kind of like, it's just going to help keep everything in place. Now we can go in, we can fluff up the bow. We're probably going to be fluffing up the bow a lot, so don't spend too much time, but just make sure it's looking how you love it. Oh, I love that green. Doesn't that green look so nice? Okay, so next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off these pipe cleaners in the middle. We're going to be adding in our owl, so we don't have to worry about the middle pipe cleaners. So I already pre-cut all of my ribbon tails, so let's do that next. And then we'll add in all the other fun stuff. So these are all pre-cut at 12 inches. I have 5 of these. I have 3 of these. 1 of the green. I'm supposed to have 3 of these, so let me cut 2 more of these real quick at 12 inches. But these are all 12 and all dovetailed. I do like to use ribbon tail boards. You can find them on Etsy. I just feel like it makes it go faster than measuring out each individual tail. So these ribbon tail boards you can find on Etsy. Okay, so 3 of these. Okay, here we go. Woo! Crisis averted. We're going to start off with the ribbon tail bundle at the bottom. So I'm going to take my 2.5-inch ribbon tails. I'm going to find the middle and just loosely pinch it in my hand. I'm going to take the green and lay it right on top. Loosely pinch, make like an X. I'm going to keep on stacking these ribbons. I'm going to take one of the tricolors and then one of the plaid. And I'm going to stick these right in to the pipe cleaners. Give it a few good twists. I'm going to cut those pipe cleaners off now because we are done with this section. And I'm going to start peeling this ribbon out like so. And it just kind of gives it a cute little fan effect. I'm then going to take these two and lay them right on top of each other. Find the middle, give it a pinch, and in that pipe cleaner right above where we just put the ribbon tails, we're going to put these, and we're done with this section, so we're going to clip off those pipe cleaners, the extra, and tuck them down. Then we can fan these out. I do opposite, so plaid up, tricolor up, and then opposite goes like that. And we're going to do the same exact thing up at the top underneath our bow. So just lay these on top, find the middle, give it a pinch, and then you're going to have another pipe cleaner right underneath your bow. I'm just going to twist that in, cut it off, and fluff it out like so. Super gorge. Okay, so now you're like, wait, we have more ribbon. I know we do. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our cute little embellishments. So we have our little owl, and I floral U-pinned with a pipe cleaner. This cute little owl, he's gonna go right in the middle of our design. We're gonna do the same thing like we did with the bow. We're just gonna thread those pipe cleaners through the mesh. Get them nice and snug. And then the same thing, I just always like to use this pipe cleaner that was already there as a little base. Twist, twist, twist. Make sure he looks good. Yes. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, we're going to snip these off. I forgot to snip those off from the bow. And then just lay them down flat. Okay, let's add in the pumpkin too. I want to put the pumpkin right in the middle of our little ribbon tail bundle. I did the same exact thing. Just some floral U-pins and some hot glue right into the pumpkin. And then we're going to thread this pipe cleaner, which is weird. Hold on, let me cut that. It's like thicker right there. I'm like, why isn't this threading through? Thread this right through here. Make sure it's in the middle of our little bundle. Same thing. Just use that pipe cleaner as a little bit of a guide. Ooh, sorry, it keeps on scraping weird. Make sure it's in the middle. Oh, I kind of actually like it a little bit angled. That's cute. Then twist, twist, twist. We're going to cut off that extra pipe cleaner and then just push it down flush with our paint stick. Super cute. I love him. So here and here is where I'm going to add these other little ribbon tail bundles. And what I'm going to do is just layer these just like that. Oh my gosh, do I not have any more tan? Okay, I do have tan. I'm like, do I not have any more tan pipe cleaners over here? If not, I can always use a white, but there we go. All right, so we're going to find the middle, scrunch it up. We're going to use the pipe cleaners and I tie it really tight, just like that. Same thing, find the middle, give it a pinch, get that pipe cleaner halfway, make it like a U, and then I pull and just twist, twist, twist so it's really nice and tight. And then we're got to make sure our pumpkins are facing the right direction, but we're going to come in right beside our little owl friend and thread through the mesh these cute little ribbon tails coming out the side of our owl friend. Hold on, let me get him a little bit closer. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get him as close as I can. My head in the way. Sorry. All right, let me get that as close as I can. Right in there. Okay. And then I'm just going to twist, twist, twist. Make sure that looks okay. Yes. And we can fan these out a little bit. Cute. So that just fills, oh, I love that. Fills in that mesh. Now, if you want to leave the mesh exposed, you can. I get a lot of like people hating on me covering up my mesh all the time, but I'm like, you know what, boo? Like, you do you. If you love the mesh and you want the mesh to show more, no need to angry type in my comment section that I'm covering up my mesh. This is just how I like to do my wreaths, y'all. Some of them I might leave a little bit more mesh exposed, you know, but it's your design. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna thread it through that pipe cleaner just for a little bit more security. People crack me up sometimes in my comment section though. I'm like, y'all, these are guidelines, you know, like if you like what I do, do it. If you like something, then do that and then put your own spin on it, right? We're just crafting together. There's no need for angry comments, y'all. We're just having fun. We're just relieving our stress. Oh, I love that. I love that little pumpkin down there. Okay, I'm gonna flip them over. We're gonna cut off all of these. And we're gonna add one more step. Now you could leave them like this. He's super, super cute. I'm loving them already, but I have these really fun fall little leaves that I got from creekroad.net. And I just think they're so fantastic. So what I want to do is use a few of these in the design also, just to kind of like jazz it up just a little bit, add a little bit more pops of color to our design. So I'm just going to clip a few of these off. And I'm just going to start adding these into my design. Yeah. So I do have my glue pot on. I use a Sure Bonder glue pot. And I'm just going to start sticking in these fall leaves throughout the design. Just kind of clipping these. They do come in these like fun, like once you clip them off, they come in bundles. But I'm just going to do a little bit less chunky and just start cascading these down my design, adding a little something else to it, a little fun flair. And I want to make sure I'm kind of using like opposite colors as what I previously used. When you're hot gluing stuff into your designs, you really want to make sure that you're making contact with the mesh. You need this to stick to something, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're sliding whatever you're adding, whether it's a pick or a floral, into that mesh so it has something to stick into. I love these little leaves. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about these little cute leaves? So it just adds a little something something. We're going to add some up here towards the bow coming out. You don't have to do a whole lot, but just adding a little element, it just kind of really adds another flair to the design. But like I said, if you just want ribbon and mesh, you can do that also. But you know me, I always like to give y'all, you know, another little design perspective when we're designing something over here. So you can stop at ribbon and mesh, or you can add a little bit more of a flair. I think I'm going to cut these down, coming out the bottom of the bow. Yes, perfect. Kind of that bottom leaf. We'll use it somewhere. Don't you worry. We'll probably nuzzle it right in, right to the owl, right? That would be cute. Coming through the bow. Let's fluff out our bow while we're here. Super gorgeous. Let's nuzzle these little pieces in by our owl. That would be cute. Yes. Kind of break up that. Love that. Super cute. I'm going to add just a little bit, you know, just a little bit more. I'm going to cut these down too, make them a little bit smaller. Love that. Love that. Why did when I say I love that, that commercial from Popeyes just popped in my head? Love that chicken at Popeyes. Oh my gosh. I do not get paid by Popeyes, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. Oh my gosh. That's funny. You just never know what's gonna pop in my little brain. Okay, I think that's perfect. Oh, maybe one coming shooting down. What do we have? We have orange. We need a yellow. Perfect. Maybe not so long though. We'll do a smaller one. Coming down and out over here. Yes. And then we'll put this little guy on the bottom of the owl. Coming out. Perfect. Okay, so what do y'all think about adding in some fall leaves? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love these little fall leaves. And I think they're so cute and like a really good size just to jazz up your design a little bit more. So I will tag all of these supplies that I used today for this fall swag. I hope you enjoyed it. The owl is hooting and hollering that y'all like this design. I had to be cheesy. I had to be cheesy. Guys, thank you so much. If you want to be an official owlet, please sign up on my personal website, thesouthernows.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Type in your email address. I email once a week about owlet news. And I also email blast when I have a new kit coming out for my personal kits. So if you would like to be in the know and know a little bit more about my personal schedule, I would love to have you come and subscribe and be an official owlet over on my website. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe over here, right here on the YouTube. I would love to have you over here on my channel permanently. Thank you for stopping by. And guess what? I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Bye, everyone.